Buying a home, in my opinion, is one of the most exciting milestones of your life. But without the right budget, it can turn into a financial nightmare. How much of a house can you really afford? Have you ever thought about that? In this video, I'm going to walk you through the steps to budget for your home purchase, the uncovered hidden costs, and help you confidently find the perfect home within your financial means. So stay tuned because this video could save you thousands of dollars and a whole lot of stress. What's up, everyone? My name is Jack Bouvier with the Bouvier Real Estate Group. Journey, your selling journey, or looking to invest and grow your portfolio here in Saskatoon, I'd be more than happy to help. All my contact details are below. Feel free to reach out to me whenever you'd like, schedule in a call, or go on my website too. There's a bunch of free resources for you to check out. How do you understand your financial picture? First, calculate your monthly income. You're going to want to include all your revenue sources such as your salary, your bonuses, your side hustles, and all your other streams of income. And a great way to be able to track this is with online budgeting software or a simple spreadsheet to keep track of it all. Then you're going to want to track your expenses. How much fixed expenses do you have? How much are you paying for your rent, for your car payments, for insurance, etc., for groceries and going out? How many variable expenses do you have with entertainment and going out? You want to understand what your burn rate is, I like to call it. What's your average amount of expenses that you do on a monthly basis? And yes, this is going to change year over year, month over month, but you're going to have a rough amount of how much you spend on a monthly basis. Then once you know exactly how much you're spending on a month basis and the revenue that you're having coming in, then that would give you your profit or your disposable cash flow. You're then going to want to determine your debt to income ratio. And this is used by lots of banks and mortgage brokers to assess your financial capability to qualify for a loan. This is where your total debt payments is divided by your total gross monthly income. Lenders typically prefer a debt to income ratio less than 43% to be ideal. Now, how do you set a realistic budget? Well, there's a rule in the real estate world called the 28-36 rule, which means that you don't want to spend any more than 28% of your gross monthly income on housing expenses. And you also don't want to spend any more of your total debt, including housing, should not exceed 36%. So let's say, for example, if you earn $5,000 a month, your housing budget should not exceed $1,400. The next step that you're going to want to do is factor in all homeownership costs. Lots of people think that it's only the mortgage payments that you have to pay for, but that's not necessarily true. You have to pay, yes, for your mortgage, which is your principal and interest. Then you're going to also have to pay for property taxes, which is about 1 to 2% of the home's value assessed by the city annually. Then you're also going to have to pay for homeowners insurance, which can be anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 annually. Then you're also going to have to factor in for your utilities and your maintenance. Utilities are things like gas, electricity, heat, and then your maintenance, you never know what can go wrong with your property. Always good to have a reserve fund. You have to do any plumbing repairs or replace a busted window or whatever the case may be. Another tip would be to save up for down payment and your closing costs. Your down payment is typically going to be around that 20% of the home's value. However, if you are a first-time home buyer, you can get away with as low as 5% here in Canada. Although if you are going with those lower down payment percentages, you are going to have to pay a private mortgage insurance since it is a higher loan amount that you're getting from the bank. And as for closing costs such as your legal fees to transfer title, that could be roughly around 1 to 3% depending on the lawyer that you work with. Some hidden costs to watch out for that a lot of buyers don't realize are your moving expenses. This is when you don't have a family member or friends to help you out with your big furniture and maybe grand piano that you're trying to move. It does cost a few $100s, even up to a couple thousand if you are moving a lot of furniture into a new home. Another thing are your condo fees. So condo fees cover an array of functions and uses. Most often your common building maintenance, your external building maintenance, your common insurance for the general building, and also sometimes your water, your sewer, sometimes your heat, most oftentimes not your electricity, so you have to pay for that separate, but it will often cover your snow removal, your lawn care, and all that maintenance. And the last thing to consider and just be prepared for are those repairs and maintenance, and a lot of people just don't expect. Plan for some of those unexpected repairs like your roof leaks or appliance breakdowns. The next step is getting pre-approved and staying on track. Pre-approvals matter because it shows lenders your buying power and helps you stay within your budget. Pre-approvals are also very crucial in those competitive market situations when you are competing with multiple people and you have to have your offer stand outside the crowd. So by having that competitive pre-approval and understanding and showing the sellers that, hey, we're pre-approved, financing is not going to be an issue at this price range, then they're more confident comfortable with accepting your offer. You're gonna also want to start coming up with a savings plan. And if you're a first-time home buyer and you haven't already utilized the first-time home savers account, I would highly recommend doing that, where it's a tax-free account that goes towards the down payment of your first house. I would recommend putting aside at least a certain amount of every one of your monthly revenue checks and salary checks, or however you get your income, into a savings account specifically for your next home purchase. And lastly, I'd recommend working with a real estate agent that's going to be able to help you find homes within your budget and avoid overpaying. Don't miss out on any properties and get the right home that's right for you. Budgeting for home purchases does not have to be overwhelming. By understanding your financial picture, planning for all those costs, and working with trusted professionals, you can confidently buy a home without stretching your budget. So if you're ready to start this process and start looking for homes and seeing what you can realistically afford, if you need any guidance whatsoever in this field, I'd be happy to help out however I can. All my contact details are in the video description below. I'd be happy to connect with you and help you achieve those real estate goals that you're looking for.